So hello everyone, myself Preeta and I'm going to explain about Epsilon NFA to DFA. So what is the Epsilon NFA? If there is a transition from one state to another state without any epsilon input, it is called as a epsilon transition. And an NFA with zero or more epsilon transition is called as epsilon NFA. In some situation, it would be useful to enhance the NFAs by allowing transition that are not triggered by any input symbol. So such transitions are called as a epsilon transition. So there are some mathematical representation of epsilon NFA. An epsilon NFA is of 5 tuple that are Q and epsilon. T is nothing but a transition, Q naught and F. Q is nothing but a non-empty finite set of states. It's a set of states, the states which is present in the NFA. Then epsilon is a non-empty finite set of input symbols. The input symbols that have a transition from one state to another state. Q naught is a starting state. Then F is a final state, which is an accepting state. Then transition function, it shows the input symbol where does it have a transition from which state to which state. So E-closure. E-closure is nothing but it's just the set of states that can be reached from Q on epsilon transition only. So this is the example where for a zero input symbol 0 from Q naught it is going to it's having a transition to itself. Then for the input symbol 1 from Q1 it's going having a transition and it's going to itself Q1, and for Q2 for a symbol input symbol 2 it's having a transition from Q2 to itself, and for epsilon from Q0 to Q1 and from Q1 to Q2. So this is the transition table for this example. So for input symbol 0 it's from Q0 to Q1, and there is no transition for input symbol 1 and 2 from Q0, and for epsilon input symbol Q0 from Q0 to Q1. Then in Q1 there is no transition for 0 and 2, and for 1 it's going to itself Q1 and for epsilon to Q2. And for the state Q2 there is no transition for 0 and 1, and for also epsilon, and for input symbol 2 it's going to itself. So if the Q is added to epsilon closure, the Q is added to the epsilon closure. If Q1 is in epsilon closure and there is an edge labeled epsilon from Q1 to Q2, Q1 to Q2, there is a epsilon closure labeled. So then Q2 is added to, because for a epsilon transition the transition having from Q1 to Q2, so Q2 is added to a epsilon closure. If Q2 is not already there, this will be repeated until no more states can be added to epsilon closure. So after the epsilon closure, this will be the diagram. From Q0 to Q0, Q1, Q2 for input symbol 0 it goes to itself, and for the input symbol 1 from Q0 to from Q1, Q0, Q1, Q2 it's going to Q1 and Q2, and from Q1 and Q2 it's going to itself, and from Q2 it's also going to itself. For input symbol 2, Q0, Q1, Q2 is going to Q2, and Q1, Q2 is going to Q2. Here, this Q0, Q1, Q2 will be the starting state, and all the state will be final state because it's accepting the input symbols. So all the states will be a final state. So hope you all understood my topic. Thank you.